Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another edition of Boxing Bananas, brought to you by Fight Bananas, where we are crazy about fights. I'm your host, Ray the Business. I'm joined tonight by, of course, none other than the professor, Mr. John Radford. How you doing tonight?
Oh man, doing great, man. Doing great. So excited. So excited. So excited for this weekend. Got a lot of things going on. Really excited.
Yeah, bro, we got a big fight card going down this weekend. One of the best, I would say, that comes to the United States in a long time. And as far as a card goes, just one of the best ones in general. We're definitely going to touch on the fight card and break that down for this weekend. We're going to get to some boxing news before that, and we're even going to touch up on some of the fights that happened over this past weekend. But real quick, before we get to that, we want to shout out our sponsors, Size. Right there. You know what I'm saying? Put in code
Guys,
Fight Bananas for 15% off, John.
so like I know I'm okay looking, but even my fiance has one now because she's like, look, you got your jawline is just getting sexy. It's just getting sexy. So I was like, well, I'm just trying to catch up to her sexiness, but now she's gonna beat me because she's got one too. So check out Jaws Size. It's doing wonders for me, apparently. According to my fiance, she might be just being nice to me. But Fight Bananas for 15% off your order. And then also our other sponsor, HK USA Fight. It's actually I gotta correct it. It's not Fight Bananas 20. It's just Bananas 20. We have to change that, and that's my fault.
Oh,
That was all.
bro.
That was all the professor. So if
So
that shit wasn't
Bananas
working,
20?
Bananas 20. If that shit wasn't working, guys, I'm so sorry. I apologize. Check that shit out now, though. It's
Bro.
Bananas 20 for 20% off. Fight Bananas on Size. Bananas 20 on HKA USA for 20% off your order. And I just started using their mitts, bro. Ooh, their mitts are pretty tight. I love it. I like them
The
a
mitts
lot.
are solid. I need to get some new
Yeah,
mitts, so that
yeah.
might have to be the move
I'll let you check them out, man, and then
for sure.
you can go from there. But they're real good, man. I like they got a good grip on them, and that's the biggest thing because my hands are so big, and these are like smaller mitts, like focus mitts that are tinier, not micro, but just smaller, right? Not the giant size, big wide ones, but these are nice and comfortable, move real
Mhm.
good, good stuff. So
Solid.
HKA
Well,
USA Bananas 20.
Bananas 20. John has now corrected that. And that being
Yeah.
said, everyone who's listening, anybody that wants to send in applications for our new co-host, go ahead because John is officially fired. No, I'm
Shit.
joking. I'm joking. I
Thank
wouldn't
you.
be able to
I'm
do this
sorry.
without you.
Oh
But
well, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
yeah, man, before we get into it, guys, make sure you comment to be featured live on the screen. Make sure you ask your questions, concerns, whatnot. Let's get into a bit of the weekend recap. We had some fights that went down. Mainly, we had some fights in Orlando. And anything that happened there that stood out to you?
There was this young gentleman that I've known for a little while named David Garcia, and he had a first round finish knockout. I want to say TKO. It was nice. So that stood out to me. That was a good one. So do you know anything about him?
I've seen him fight. I saw his debut.
Yes, he's a very decorated amateur as well, man. He's a really good guy. I like him. I like him a lot. I've been blessed to see him spar many times and be in the gym with him and work with him, but I've never had to get hit by him, so I'm happy about that.
Well, hopefully one day soon we'll be able to get him on the show for a nice little interview. But until then, you know what I mean, we'll just we'll keep singing his praises
Yes,
and
sir. Yes,
whatnot.
sir.
I want to pull up real quick. Let me pull up my screen. This is the gentleman we're talking about right here, Mr. David Garcia. I don't know who picked this photo, but you know what I
This is-
mean? We got a new upcoming prospect in the heavyweight division. You know what I'm saying? We have 7-0, 4 KOs. And as you see, we had a first round finish at the Caribe Royale in Orlando. And then he fought previously at Caribe Royale, Kissimmee, Orlando. Yeah, this is the one that I had seen right
okay.
here. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
yeah, man. and all just be on the lookout. Be on the lookout for my man. But I think we should hear it from the horse's mouth himself. So that being said, let's go ahead and bring in the man.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
How we doing, bud? Can you hear us?
Oh man, never been on this.
Yeah. Well, we can see you. We can hear you, but can you hear us?
What's up, John?
Hey, what's up, brother? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect, man. How you doing, bud?
Yeah, you hear me? I was
Yep.
like, you hear me? I'm good, man. I'm good.
What?
Right now, getting some ink done. Getting my legs
There you
posted up
go.
right now.
What
My boy
what you getting done?
Getting me taken care of. Yes, sir.
Yeah. What you getting
Cleaned
done?
up, get ready. A little bit of a celebration right here.
Okay.
I get in tribal work, more tribal work for my leg. My legs were looking a little naked, so I'm like, might as well touch something on there, get a big little piece on there. You got a seat, you got the tribal coming around,
Okay.
got
Nice.
the little
That's
sparring in
solid.
the middle because I'm basically a warrior in the ring. Nice
Yes,
little
you
work.
are. Yes, you are.
Nice
So
little people getting taken care of.
why don't you give us a recap of this weekend? How tell us
Say what?
how it was
Couldn't
going
really
into
hear
it, like how Saturday was, starting with Friday with the weigh-ins, and then starting with Thursday because you fought on Friday, correct?
Say it again. I couldn't hear you. It's just like echoing and stuff.
I'm sorry, but I said, hey, why don't you go ahead and just tell us about the fight week, essentially your weigh-ins and then the fight.
It's really not going to. What was going
Yeah.
on in the fight?
Yeah,
Tell you about
just
it
tell
pretty
us
much.
about the fight. Just tell us about the fight.
Honestly, uh, I was just focused. I was excited for the fight. I was ready to go in there, and I'm just like, man, this is just like a big opportunity. I was just ready to go. I was busting my ass in training camp, ready to go, get ready. Mentally, I get off here and there. I get in and out, but I was like, just stay focused, get that switch, and then the closer the fight switch just switches in there. And I'm sure everybody can tell, just like from my walkouts, they see me walking out and like, this ain't the same guy. Everybody sees that look, that switches has changed. Everybody sees me walk out to the ring and they're just like, David is not the same person. This guy's coming to hurt somebody. And I was just like, yeah, that's how it goes. And we ready to go all the time. And I was just like, when I was zoned in, I was like, I'm just trying to hurt this guy. I can't look at it any other way. As soon as that bell rang, I said, it's showtime. I was coming forward. He even popped me with one jab. I'm like, okay. I was like, I'll make you pay for that. And then whole fight, I don't even remember getting hit. I just remember just brutalizing the man. I remember after the fight, I'm like, man, why the back of my head hurt? And I'm like, well, I got elbowed after he pulled his jab back. I slid under the jab. He threw that jab out. When he came back, he elbowed me right back of the head. I'm like, out of everything I got hit with, the jab was the elbow to the back of the head is what caught me the most.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, it was impressive, brother. I love watching you fight. I always have. I've always, been watching in the gym from amateurs all the way to, now. I've always
Yep.
loved watching you fight. You do have a mode. You have that beast mode, as you're called, for sure. There's a switch, a little Marshawn-esque in you. You know what I mean? So, like, you
Yeah.
definitely turn it on.
Oh yeah.
What's the next step for you? What are you looking for next? Like, how, what's what do you see?
Honestly, it's all up to my team. Me, I'll get in it right away. I'll be right back in the gym and right back to training. But they said we're probably not looking at nothing until probably October, November. So we're like, all right, I'll take the week off, relax, just come back down, spend some time with my family. I mean, honestly, I haven't trained at all this week. I just spent time with my family, and I'm like, whatever comes next, they just send me the contract. I'll be back in the gym next week, and we're gonna be ready to go again.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have something for him, Ray? We can't hear you, Ray.
We can't.
How about now? Mic check.
There we go. You're
Yeah.
good.
Mic check. Mic check. I was gonna say that, man. I was watching the card, and then I got a phone call like right before y'all walked
Mhm.
out, And then by the time I came back in, they were interviewing you, and I was like, "Damn, bro." I had to rewind it real quick. I said,
Damn.
my man took care of work quick. So it was impressive, man. It's definitely impressive. You know, good stuff. I saw on Facebook you were getting in some work with my man in your former foe, Robert Brothers. How was that?
Oh yeah, it's great. Robert Brothers has always been good work. He's been a tremendous help for multiple camps, like multiple times we sparred, getting ready for fights, and it's just a blessing to have like brothers. Robert's always been a good help. He's like a big brother for me. He's always been there. He's always helped out. He's always been like a good like sparring partner. Been able to move, been able to keep that jab out. So I'm like, hey, I appreciate every bit of it from Robert Brothers. Yeah, every once in a while he catches me, I catch him, but it's part of boxing. You gotta take
That's good
some,
work.
give some, and I appreciate it, every bit of it. He'll hit me a good shot, and if I back up a certain, he's like, "You got my oh yeah, keep coming, come on." I'm like, no,
Nice.
I said, we're here to work. Come on, brother.
Yeah, no, for sure. Nicest guy too, man.
Yeah, great guy,
Yeah,
good
yeah.
father. I was
He
like,
looks
he's got
intimidating as
nothing.
hell,
Oh
but then
yeah,
you walk up and you talk to him, and you're like, man, this guy couldn't be more nice.
yeah, yep. That's why
Yeah.
he calls himself the good fella.
Yeah. Dope, man. Well,
Yeah,
yeah, definitely. You know, like I said, man, shout out all
yeah.
to all the work you put in because you know
Thank
it
you.
definitely translated into your performance.
Thank you.
And you know, we're excited for the next step. You know what I
Thank you.
mean? Especially some more local cards.
Yeah.
That's what
Hopefully, if they can get me on local, it's even better. The Friday nights, I don't mind. I love the Friday nights because I'm like, dang, it's Friday. I still got Saturday and Sunday to enjoy myself. But I'm like, maybe one day we can get a Saturday night fight to where I can get some more of my fans out there because I got a lot of fans. They're like, oh, we want to make it, but we're just getting out of work. We're not
yeah.
sure if we're gonna make it. I'm like, it's all right, man. Y'all can catch it on the stream. However, I say, and then y'all can make the next one. If this is Saturday, it's easier for y'all. But if not, don't sweat it. I'm not gonna shove y'all to go to my fight. If y'all can't make it, it's all right.
Yeah. Good.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
So I saw somebody else was kind of calling you out. That's around the Florida. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. How's what led to that?
I don't know, honestly, out of nowhere, he texted me. He's like, "Hey man, good fight." He's like, "But I think me and you would be a really good fight." I was like, I had seen him post it. He was just made a little post, good fight, but now get in there with a real fighter. I'm like, oh, we'll see. I was like, we're still coming up. We're still getting our thing. I said, I don't mind. I'll get in whenever. But my team actually, my whole team were like, let's negotiate. And they're like, I was like, hey, I'll fight him whenever. Whenever it happens, it happens. I said, but my team said we're gonna wait on it for right now. And I respect my team. I said, hopefully down the road, maybe next year, maybe 2 years, we'll be on a big card in a big spot, and we'll just light up the crowd.
And I think that's the best route. I honestly do. I think like both of you need
Yeah,
like and the gentleman we're talking about is Lorenzo Medina. I won't let him go unnamed. You know what I mean? So because people need to look out because it
yeah.
really is
He's
a
earned his name. I'll give it to him. He's earned
yeah,
it.
exactly. And you have too. Like you've earned yours and you're both
Yes,
earning
sir.
it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's one of those where I look at it like you said, a year, maybe two. You
yeah,
on a big card, you know, you'll
yep.
light up the crowd. It'll be a great fight. It'll really now turn into something that
Yes,
is
sir.
is meaningful. You know what I mean? And you'll both, you know, it'll be more fitting for the two of you. I would
Yeah,
say.
for
You know what I
sure.
mean? So
Yes,
I
sir.
actually I look forward to it. But
Yep.
yeah, I'm with you guys. I'm with your team. I'm with your coach. I'm like, nah, let's let this
Yeah,
one. We'll catch this one a little bit low, build it up a little bit
yeah,
more. You know what I mean? But I
for
like it. I
sure.
think it's gonna. I think
Yeah,
I think
little by little.
that's
I was like,
enticing
it was
fight.
funny though. I thought it was funny. Yeah, it'd be a good one. It'd be a great fight. Cuba, Mexico, Mexican and Cuban fighting it out. That'd be a great card, great seller for sure. And I'm like, I wouldn't mind it, but I just thought it was funny how he posted me like the little thumbs from Spy Kids. I thought I got a good kick out of that because I saw it. Like as soon as he posted it, I was like, no fucking way. I saw it and I'm like, the only reason I didn't like get mad about it or get any all crazy about it, I was like, he's not the only person that's compared me to that.
That's
Like
funny.
I've had my friends from like where I used to work, my friends at home, my brothers even tell me I look like a thumb and stuff. And I'm like, I don't care if he tells me that. I'm like, it's nothing new. I'm like, it's just something.
That's
I'm like,
funny.
I was like, you can't hurt my feelings. I was like, it's not gonna bother me like that. I'm not everybody else. I got a sense of humor.
That's good. That's good. That's funny. That's funny that you've been called that before. That's funny.
Yeah, that's why
My man's out
when he
here making
posted that, I was
memes.
just like, yeah. I was like, that's cool. I was like, he's not the only one that's told me that though. So I'm like, it don't even bother me. I was like, I would have probably laughed about it the second I saw it. I'm like, oh man,
I feel you. I feel you.
it
That's
lit me
hilarious.
up. That
That's
was
hilarious.
funny.
That's awesome, man. So,
Yeah.
well, bro, hey, we love watching you work. We're excited for your future. You know,
Thank you.
and we want next time you're getting ready for a show, definitely let us know. We'll have you back
For
on.
sure.
Yeah, we,
For sure.
again, like we're definitely seeing you fight before, in different
Yeah.
shows. Ray's been around Central Florida too. I have, watching
Yeah.
you fight before. We're excited for
Yeah.
anybody coming out of our area. We love the locals, you know what I mean? So good stuff, buddy. Shout out everything that you have, all your sponsors, all the stuff, how people can follow you, all that good stuff. Let them know.
Shout out to Antebello leading me right, helped me stay in the right gym, stay trained up, keep me focused, keep me in fights. Shout out to Pitbulls Unleashed and Barry Stewart managing me right, keep me on the right track, keep my head straight. Shout out to my family, my fiance, my son, everybody that's supporting me, my fans. I appreciate all the love, all the support. You can find me on Instagram at Garcia_David_4938. That's my Instagram.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it cut out.
We lost him. Uh-oh, we lost him. All right, well, it looks like our interview got cut short.
Oh, yep. Oof.
Maybe,
Well, everybody, that was David Garcia.
if he pops back in, we'll go ahead and throw him back in. We got Chris J chiming in. What's up, boys? What's up, my man? How you doing tonight? Well, that being said, yeah, man, you know what I mean? We can get to some of the let's get back to that weekend recap. I think the only other fights, we had Clarissa Shields. She did her thing. She added another KO or a stoppage, which is what we had said that we wanted to see, especially from her. She ended up another division, which is awesome. Yeah, man. She's just gotta, keep doing her thing. I know she's been dabbling in the MMA. We'll see, we'll see how it goes. What were your thoughts?
I was like, it was not surprising, but it was like, I felt like she might be one of the people that when she moved up in weight, she got more power. You know what I mean? Like some people, their power doesn't transfer up. And sometimes it doesn't even transfer down. You know what I mean? So it's sometimes when you change weight categories, you don't always have the same punching power. But it seems like hers might have had a little uptick, like a Daniel Cormier was, because when Daniel Cormier fought heavyweight, he had knockout power. When he fought light heavyweight, he didn't really knock a lot of people out.
Yeah,
and I feel like maybe that weight category for Clarissa Shields is where she can start really the speed, the quickness, the athleticism can really, start hurting girls.
I see you rocking the new studio setup. You got the Justice League right there, new 52, Jim Lee.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. Good call, buddy. Good job. Yep, I
Yeah,
have that.
I know my stuff, my man.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it look a little bit better. The green screen wasn't working for me. I got to get some type of like a brighter light to make that work. So I was like, all right, let's figure out how to make it look something like something.
It's all right. I'll give you some studio tips.
There we go. Yeah, because you over there looking like ESPN and shit.
I mean, this is where I'm at. This is my gym right here, bro. This is my gym. I'm here in real life.
Looking like a real steel.
And his mic is on a stand. I know, right, bro? We're making progress, Chris. We're making progress with my man.
That's messed up.
But that being said, let's get into some boxing news that we have. Man, just off the top of my head, since we last talked about it, we have some Canelo news. You know what I mean? Canelo's going to be fighting Berlanga, which called it. You know what I mean? The writing was on the wall for that one. A lot of people were chiming in. David Morrell and David Benavidez, both guys that should have had the mandatory position for Canelo's undisputed title. Excuse me. Both chimed in saying it was a BS fight. I don't know that I necessarily disagree with them, man. I just think, we talked about it quite a bit beforehand, and it doesn't do it for me. I don't think this is one of those where it's like Berlanga just hasn't earned that fight. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I feel like it comes down to. They're trying to do the Mexico versus Puerto Rico thing. I said before, Puerto Ricans aren't really behind Berlanga like that. Like, you know what I mean? I talk to a lot of people that especially like are on the island. They're like, nah, bro. Because when people
It's Zayas that they're behind, right?
they're behind Zayas, they're behind, yeah. Like, because the thing is Berlanga's not an actual island boy. So, they're not getting behind him. I don't even think that he actually speaks Spanish. That's kind of like a big deal too. When he did the Canelo call out, he butchered it. I was there in Orlando. You know what I mean? I heard they were giving out tickets before the fight. And for those that don't know, like the place where they had fought is pretty much like almost Kissimmee. I think it's still technically Orlando, but it's almost Kissimmee. And I want to say, bro, there might be like more Puerto Ricans in that area than on the island. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that like they're not able to sell out, they had the small bleachers when Jake Paul fought there in December. He had the big bleachers. He had it packed out. Amanda Serrano fought there in October. I was there too. And it was like a Puerto Rican party. So it's just night and day when it comes to the support. And it's just not going to be like the sell that I think they want it to be. Other news also is that he's going to be fighting on the same night as the UFC Sphere card right down the road at the MGM at the T-Mobile. What do you think about that, man?
If he had a bigger opponent, he'd beat the UFC.
I think,
but he doesn't.
yeah, I think
If
the
he had
UFC
David,
to beat him
if he had David Benitez, he would be. They would win that night. That would be the biggest event. But because of it, it's UFC Noche or what is that? What it is?
Noche, yeah,
Noche
UFC.
Noche UFC. So it's at the Sphere, the one time only. I think the card's good, but it's not the greatest card ever. You know what I mean? Like it's a solid UFC card, but it's not like the greatest, one that you've ever seen or anything like that. So you're not like, I definitely feel like Canelo with a good opponent would win that one, but this one, it'll depend.
I'm interested to see what the numbers say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like after the fact, once the numbers come out, as long as they're like credible numbers, then we can see what happens. My initial predictions is that the UFC card is going to beat it just because of the lackluster opponent that Canelo has. I mean,
Yes.
even when he fought, what's his face, Munguia, they still did like 500,000, but I feel like Munguia is going to bring more than Berlanga is. I don't think Berlanga brings anything to the table, to be honest. And I feel like if anything, people are just going to tune in because they're like, okay, well, let's see Canelo like get another stoppage, because I think
that's what it'll be too.
It's been now, we're almost going on 3 years since he's had a stoppage. So we'll see what happens with that. I think he gets one too. I don't see why not. You know what I mean? People were saying that he carried Munguia, and I could definitely see that. But yeah, man, I think he definitely stops Berlanga. I'm not very like too hyped about the fight at all. I feel bad for like Morrell too, because the WBA is definitely doing fishy stuff, not having Morrell be the mandatory, but all of a sudden Berlanga is the mandatory. So
money.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens, man. In other news, I guess with Canelo, he's not undisputed anymore. He was stripped of his IBF title for not facing the William Skull mandatory. So I don't know what that does to future negotiations. Like when he was they were talking about this Crawford fight, which I'm not really a fan of either. The whole point is for Crawford to go up, beat Canelo, and become undisputed at 168. But if Canelo doesn't have the undisputed title anymore, does that take away a little bit of, like, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, the incentive to fight, to make that fight? You don't think it matters?
It's names now. It's like Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya. It's not about titles anymore. It's just about names.
Yeah, I guess so. But I think part of it was Crawford wanting to do that. But
Well, I mean, that might be enticing Crawford, but like as far as people are concerned, it's
as far as
still
people are concerned, yeah, I
it's
don't
just
think
names.
people.
But that might entice Crawford
either
more
way.
because he wanted the title. Undisputed,
Yeah.
that's even bigger. And I would
I'm
understand that.
wondering. I'm wondering if there's still, because I had predicted before that Canelo might make a, like what he did. He's done in the past. He's made just kind of a separate date, like he's did it in December before in 2018. In 2021, he did it in February, where he just made an extra date on his calendar and fought another time. I'm wondering if he does that and will just fight whoever, wins that title just to get it back. And then, we'll see what happens. But at this point, like once it's stripped, I don't see why he would go back and do it.
Yeah.
My main thing is that all of this, I hope, is leading into a Benavidez fight in May. If there's any other fight besides Benavidez in May, I will now go into the camp of Canelo's ducking. But right now, I'm not 100% sold on it because I think that it could still be built up into something. And I'm holding on to that belief that maybe that's what it is. What are your thoughts on it?
I mean, that's what we all hope to play out. So I feel like that's really the only thing that's out there for any of us to see, unless for some reason David Morrell can come into the picture. That would be another quality opponent, but other than that, it's just David Benavidez. We just want to see Canelo and David Benavidez. However that needs to happen, It's just what it is. And that's what I hope for. That's what I'm, any way you want to toss it. If that's what it is, hoping for May, he puts somebody else in the middle of that category, like you said, finds another date in February or something like that, and then goes to May and fights again, with David, and it leads up to that. That would be epic. That would be great. That would be exactly what boxing needs. But who knows?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But other than that, what other boxing news? You got anything else for us before we go into our weekend preview?
What is it? Shakur Stevenson. I was just reading an article saying that I guess he's asking for $30 million to fight Tank Davis, which is definitely pricing himself out of the category. Because
big surprise. What did I say last week?
Yeah,
I said, bro, he's gonna price himself out of everything.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. You've said it a few times that he's tried to do that with bigger names, that he's priced himself out of fights, and it seems to be a continuing trend with him. Because
I hope they go to purse bids, bro. I hope they go to purse bids with the Zepeda fight, and I hope that they bid like nobody pays for it. I mean, I feel like if they do pay for it, it'll be for Zepeda, and then he'll latch onto it. But we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I hope the fight happens between Shakur and Tank, and they get it done. But like, if he's asking for 30, he needs to be realistic about that. Tank could get
Nobody's
30.
Gonna pay freaking 30 million for him, bro.
Tank could get 30, and maybe you could get 10, maybe. Like,
I don't even think that, bro.
To make that fight happen, I think. Bless you. I think to me, I feel like what's 40 million to the Sheik, or to the to Prince. What's 40 million to him, right?
I don't even know that he wants to pay for that.
He may not. I mean, he can do whatever he wants with his money. Obviously, he has enough.
He might. I mean, he might. But at the end of the day, man, like, I don't know. We'll see the way this plays out, to be honest, man. But like, it's another thing where it's like I'm not surprised in the slightest. I said before he's gonna price himself out of the fight, and then hopefully I think it's like 2 more weeks until that purse bid's supposed to come up. So I hope they bid on it, and I hope he gets the kind of same dose of reality that Devin Haney just got coming up. You know what I mean?
No, for real. I mean, it's. I just wish the guys would fight the like just fight each other. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. I like however it needs to be done. Just get to it. But everybody wants. It's definitely about money, and I understand that. But it's like you just. I just want it to happen. I just want these fights to happen.
I know, man. It's frustrating. It definitely is frustrating, but we'll see what's going on. Especially when it's disappointing where Lomachenko's like, I'm not in a rush to fight right now. It's like, damn, bro. Like we could have,
you were the easy side. You were the one that was gonna like
I know,
say
dude.
okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. I guess we'll be up in the air with that. But yeah. Other than that, what else we got? What else we got?
We'll touch on this. I guess the Olympic controversy boxing, right? With Aman I want to say Khalif
or something. Yeah, I think
Khalif,
so.
something like that. Iman apparently is as in her country of where's I want to say Argentinian,
Albania or something.
Yeah. Wherever she's from, it's illegal to give dosages of like any type of transgender or anything like that. She is apparently officially born a female, and she has a disease. I don't want to say disease, but she has a syndrome called Dwyer's syndrome, and they're saying that syndrome is a rare syndrome, but the ones that it affects is it gives women a much higher elevated testosterone level, and they have the XY chromosome, so they have a lot of male features, but they have everything reproductive and everything like that as of a woman. So everybody was thinking that she was transgender. She's apparently not. There's no way you can, like, it's illegal to change documents in that country, like to change the sex of a person and everything like that. So you have to believe that's the truth, as far as all the information that's given. So it's like, now you come down to, is there a level of testosterone to be able to fight as a woman? I mean, like that's what the next question was being asked. To me, it's if she truly is a woman, then she's a woman. I mean, I don't know, like you can't put her in, like, I don't mean this meanly when I say this. It's not like you can put her in the Special Olympics because she has a syndrome of some sorts. That's not right. I mean,
she doesn't have an extra chromosome.
That's what I mean. It's not. I don't mean it meanly. I'm not saying that disrespectfully in any way. What I'm saying is she should be allowed then to compete. Like I don't know how else you could go about it.
I don't know. I'm kind of on a different side on this one. Because it's
just tell me. I can see it, but just tell me how can
because it's weird, bro. It's weird. You know what I mean? It's like at one point it's like we're getting into somebody's like personal stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, like everyone's saying, oh, she's transgender, so I guess she's not transgender, right? So that's just off the bat. I guess she's not transgender, right? But she's a woman. But if she also has the XY chromosome, which is like a male chromosome, so now she's a guy too. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It gets into this gray area of like, people are for example's sake, people are talking about like Ryan Garcia having, a little tiny bit of ostarine, and now he's ineligible of competing. But this girl has natural levels because of, her own thing. So should she be allowed to compete? And then when you listen to the girl that says, I've never been hit like that before. And then also, you know what I mean? Like just to throw it out there, because I don't really care. People can come at me if they want. As soon as I saw the video and I looked, I go, oh, that's a dude. I was like, that's a guy, bro.
I mean,
a guy.
She has male features for sure, like 100%. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
except for the one that counts, I guess. But here's my other question, right? I guess there's like another one. That's like
but we haven't heard anything about.
There's like an Asian fighter too.
Yeah, about that one. I don't know anything about
that one. Like, is that yeah? That's the thing that I wanna figure out too. Like, is the Asian fighter transgender? Because like that, they showed the picture of that, and I'm like, bro, this looks like a K-pop star. Like, this looks like a boy. You know what I mean? Looks like an Asian boy. So it's easy to believe like the stories that come out, and especially once I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, dude, that looks like a guy. But and then everybody's saying like, well, she's fought girls before and she's lost to girls, and I'm like, yeah, but also Ashley Evans Smith beat Fallon Fox, who was a dude that transitioned, so it's not unbelievable. But I don't know. I just feel like it's in this gray area where it's like, okay, like as far as the genealogy, you're a dude, but as far as like the reproductive biology, you're a female. But then when we like look at the hormones or whatever, I don't know, man. It's definitely weird, but I'm just glad I'm not in charge of deciding who's fighting
That's
that.
facts. That's big facts right there. I'm with you on that one. But my next question is like, so she lost to like, apparently she lost 9 times or 6 to 9 times or something like that.
Yeah, she probably sucked at first.
That could be it too. That could be it too. But I also, when I was looking at those, when I saw some of the videos of where she was to the girl she lost, I feel like she was fighting at a heavier weight. Like maybe I'm completely wrong, but it just looked like it was a different weight category than the weight category she was in for this Olympics.
Yeah.
And that could definitely make a difference, because I wonder if she can cut weight easier.
Because she's a guy?
Well, because she has higher testosterone to burn more.
No, for sure. Yeah. I mean, it could, bro. That's what I'm saying, man. It's almost like we need to get a freaking doctor on here or something. Like,
yeah, I mean, and
I need to get like my older sister's a freaking PhD.
Yeah,
I might have to pull her on the pod and see
for
what's
real
going on. You know what I mean? Because no, for sure. And that's the thing too. You know what I mean? I'm making light of the situation. I don't mean it disrespectfully neither, but I have a statement from her, from the boxer, so maybe we should hear it from the horse's mouth.
Okay.
I'll
from Iman.
Yeah. Okay. Which, just taking the piss here, her name is Aman.
I thought it's not Iman.
A man. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking, bro. But here we go. I'm gonna let you read her statement.
Shit, I gotta read.
You go. It's a quick statement. All
right, let's see.
Here we go.
Anyone claiming I'm a man and won the fight unfairly can.
I just had to throw that out there. All right, I'm just kidding. Don't cancel us.
Well, you set me up on that one.
Somebody sent me that shit. I was like, damn, that's funny as hell.
The funniest thing about that is, you know how many women I've heard say that? You know how many women you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, it's funny. Like, I watched Love Island, I know those of the girls that would on there would have said that shit. They would have said that. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
And I've heard it. That, oh my God. So that makes it even funnier, is because you can hear a woman really say that too. That's funny.
Oh man. All right. That being said, should we get into the weekend preview?
Yes.
All right, let's get into the weekend preview, bro. We got a big card ahead of us, man. This is one of those where it's like, with the Saudi backing, this is the first Saudi backed fight that's going to be in the United States, which is dope. It's a Riyadh season.
That's what I was going to say. So Riyadh season is the promotion, right?
I guess, yeah. It's
or
like their umbrella.
That's right.
Yeah, which I guess it's a promotion, which I'm cool with, man, because that was the big complaint when it comes to like the UFC cards. The UFC cards are stacked. You know what I mean? And that's why when, fights fall out, they're able to like shuffle around cards and whatnot, because you have talent from top to bottom. Mm-hmm. In boxing, a lot of the times it's like the main card, or the main event, and then all the other fights, you're just like, all right, I'm just going to chat with everyone because no one's really watching. Sometimes lately we've been seeing some better ones, you know what I mean? Like Barrios on the undercard, stuff like that. But even like Caleb Plant, Benavidez, stuff like that, you know what I mean? But for the most part, bro, this card is like the equivalent of like a UFC stacked card when it comes to boxing, because a lot of these fights could be headliners in their own right. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the card right here on BoxRec. Let me go ahead and share my screen. So let me do this too. I'll take that little part away as well. So we got Andy Cruz on there. He's coming up. I saw him fight in Orlando. Olympian.
Yep.
We got Isaac Cruz versus Jose Valenzuela. Bro,
Oh yeah.
super light, and that's for Isaac Cruz WBA 140-pound title that he took off of Rolly Ramirez. Bro, my question is, when is my man Barroso gonna get another shot? Because I think he's like the interim champ now or something.
Is he?
I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about, right? The guy who's like 42 who got stopped by
Yeah. Yep.
Rolly, and everyone was like, what kind of stoppage with that with Tony Weeks?
Yeah, it was not a good stoppage.
Tony Weeks, it was one of those. I made a meme where it was like, you either die a hero, and it was him covered in blood after the Badu Jack fight, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain, and then him stopping that fight with Barroso, because that was like just egregious stoppage. But I mean, the guy's not getting any younger, so I don't know how the hell. Like, he should have got the shot before Isaac Cruz, and now Isaac Cruz defending it against not him is like, I guess they're just trying to weed him out. It's another, WBA just doing whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? Valenzuela, bro. Valenzuela's the man. I know that he had the loss against Edwin de los Santos, where he got TKO'd in the third round, or KO'd in the third round, I should say. That was a good fight while it lasted. And then the Chris Colbert fight, that was definitely a robbery. You know what I mean? So I look at this guy as a.
Well, he went back out and proved the Chris Colbert
bro,
fight.
He slept him.
Yeah,
slept him big time. That was in December. So, you know what I mean? Now he's taking on Isaac Cruz, and I think all of these fights were at lightweight. So I guess he's coming up.
Yeah, it's his debut at 140.
That's the other thing too, man. It's like Isaac Cruz and him are both fighters that aren't really like 140-pound fighters. So it's like we basically have like two lightweights fighting for the WBA 140 title when you have like a clear like guy that should be fighting for it. But at the end of the day, I actually really like this fight. I'm cool with it. I don't want to complain about it. I'm down for this fight. You know what I mean? Yeah. Isaac Cruz is dope. Valenzuela's legit. I'm gonna lean Isaac Cruz just because I think he's a tank. No pun intended. And I think he's gonna do his thing.
Tank, I got that one.
And then we'll see what happens. If Tank Davis doesn't get any other fight, I feel like they'll make that rematch. Yeah, he'll end up fighting the winner of this fight. Probably at like 136. For the title, I believe.
Yeah. I agree.
That brings us to the next fight. We have a heavyweight showdown against Jarrell Big Baby Miller, who is coming off of what was previously a TKO loss. Bro, it was in like the last 8 seconds of the fight. He got TKO'd, and that was just like an accumulation of shots, TKO. It definitely looked like he could have been in a little bit better shape for that one. I think, what was he, 333 pounds? Now he's 305. So maybe he's in a little bit better shape for this one. But Andy Ruiz weighing in at 274.5. Bro, Andy Ruiz. Here's the big factor, I think, when it comes to this fight. Look at Andy Ruiz's last fight. It's 2 years ago, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then even before that, he had rematched Anthony Joshua, which that fight was kind of like whatever to me. He ended up looking super the first time he fought Joshua, 268. Second time he was 283.5, bro. He looked like the Pillsbury Doughboy, and Joshua just like point fought him. So wasn't a fan of that one. Then he came back like almost 2 years later. Then he takes over another year to fight Ortiz, and now 2 more years to fight again, man. You think the inactivity is gonna play a factor in this?
It could, but I think Jarrell Miller is at the end of his career, whereas I think Andy has a little bit still has some room left in his career. So I would say it definitely
36 years
could.
old. How old is Andy? Doesn't even say his age.
Yeah. I just feel like
Yeah.
I'm going by my like just my head. Like I feel like Jarrell Big Baby Miller's been around just forever. You know what I mean? Like
No, for sure.
I just feel like when I hear him, I'm like, oh, he's been around forever. But I don't know. Inactivity can always hurt somebody, and especially if the rounds you're getting in the gym for sparring are not quality rounds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the pressure just gets worse, in the actual ring as far as when the lights come on and things like that. And if you're not getting quality rounds, it's hot as hell in that ring, and you're gonna tire quicker because the rounds weren't as amped as they should have been, or as quality as they should have been, because you're used to something a little bit easier or slower pace or something. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. 100%. Yeah. I think it's just gonna be it's a good one. You know what I mean? I'm definitely excited for this fight. So
Yeah, I mean it's another quality fight on a great card. Then we got I'm more excited for the Jared Anderson Martin Bakole fight, and our guy down here, Marhula Richard, says, Martin Bakole champion, big up, says they're gonna win. I don't know that I see that.
we'll see what happens, my man.
Yeah, well, I have Jared Anderson winning that one though, in my eyes. He
Yeah, we'll
moves
see.
differently.
We'll see. I'm excited for this. That's a good good step up. Let's look at Martin.
Yeah, I got him here. He's ranked number 10 in the Ring magazine.
He beat Carlos Takam. That's a good W on the record.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Yoka. And then his one loss was to Michael Hunter. TKO'd in the last round, but that was years ago, 6 years ago. You know what I mean? So since
Yeah.
then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fight winning streak for my man.
Yeah, he's like I said, he's ranked 10 by number 10 by in the heavyweight division for on the Ring TV. So
Yeah, so I think that's a good fight to look out for too. You know what I'm saying? So definitely down for that one. That's what I'm saying, man. Like Isak Cruz, that could be a headliner. Ruiz could be a headliner. Jared Anderson's already been a headliner. So Morrell, I feel like Morrell's coming up. He could be a headliner as well. He's a guy that he doesn't have as much hype for his skill set.
yeah.
Most definitely. David Morrell. And this is the guy who I was saying WBA World Super Middleweight Champion, right? So he had the regular title. He should have been the one that was the mandatory for Canelo, and they skipped right over him. So I think that is a injustice. I think that is a corruption from the WBA. And I told Morrell that when I saw him.
You did.
When was it? In February. And then my boy told me, he goes, bro, I don't even know if he speaks English. So I found him again and I told him in Spanish. And then we had a little bit of a chat. But yeah, I was like, yeah, bro, you're the mandatory. Like, you're the real mandatory. But what's interesting is this fight's a light heavyweight.
Yep. He moved up.
WBA World Light Heavyweight title vacant. What are you talking about? So is this for the regular title? Are they giving out regular titles again? Oh my goodness, because the WBA World Light Heavyweight Champion is Bivol.
Yeah.
So if they're making him super champ, see, that's what I'm saying about the WBA, bro. I don't even want to go down this rabbit hole right now, but the WBA, bro, is like they already got in trouble for this.
Yep.
And then now they're going right. Oh, we're going to do it again because we hadn't had any pressure on us. So they just need to be. We can get rid of the WBA, to be honest, and the IBF while we're at it, and the WBC.
Mm-hmm.
and then the WBO. We'll get rid of all of them.
All the alphabets. Throw the shit out. Let's just do Ring TV. Let's go.
Or like I was saying before, bro, like demote them into a secondary championship. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
that's true too.
Yeah, we don't need to have them as like world titles if they're not going to act like it. So,
Agreed.
But it is what it is. Let's see what else we got. Let's see his opponent. This guy, I don't even know how to say this guy's name, bro.
He's number 12. That's his name is I believe that's his nickname is Hot Rod, and he's out of Tampa.
Hot Rod. Is
St.
he?
Peter-
Okay, we can
Yep.
call him St. Petersburg, Florida. We can call him Hot Rod, bro, because
Yep.
Kalajdzic.
Yeah, his nickname is Hot Rod. He's out of St. Petersburg.
Kalajdzic. Yeah, I don't know how to say that.
He's tough, bro. He's real tough. He's good.
Is he?
Yeah, he's tough. He fights
So he fought Beterbiev, lost, but everyone's lost to Beterbiev. He lost to Marcus Brown. That was a little bit earlier in 2016. And even this one was 2019. So it's been 5 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-fight win streak. 4 of those being by way of stoppage. That's impressive. That's impressive.
Yeah, it's 29 wins, 21 by KO, only 1 KO loss, 1 decision. You know what I mean? So
that's a good fight too, man. That's what I'm saying, bro. This card is full of good fights. So we'll see what happens in that one. And then we get to the main event of the evening.
Yes.
Israil Madrimov versus my boy Terence T-Bud Crawford. Let's talk about Israil first.
Okay, so for y'all that don't know him, this man is not someone you look at it has 11 fights. He's not someone that has 11 fights. He has 370 amateur fights. He has 350 wins with 20 losses. He has beaten 3 world champions in other, not at the world championships, but beaten the reigning world champions at other tournaments and things like that throughout his amateur career. He made it to the Olympics, I believe, for Uzbekistan. That's where he's from? Yep, Uzbekistan. I believe he made it to the Olympics. But this dude is powerful. He's a true 154-pound fighter. He hits hard. He moves differently. He has a very, well, I guess the only way to put it is an awkward style for boxing in certain ways. But he shifts stances, and he has big pop, throws some overhands in ways like kind of a Maidana would throw an overhand, bigger, higher, coming down punches, things like that. But he also throws off rhythm, off step punches, and it's gonna be closer than you think for the first 6-7 rounds. It's gonna be a lot closer than you think. And this is someone to keep an eye on, even if he doesn't get by Terence Crawford. And even if Terence Crawford stops him, this is still someone to keep an eye on, because that's Terence Crawford we're talking about, people. That's Terence Crawford we're talking about.
Yeah, Terence Crawford, bro. This guy, obviously, everybody knows T-Bud. 40-0, 31 KOs. Dude, my man is riding since he fought Victor Postal in 2016, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, excuse me. I gotta start my count over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 fight stoppage streak, bro. Dude, this is what I was talking about when everyone was like, oh, Errol Spence is the man and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, bro, because everyone was saying that they used to call him man down because he had like all these stoppages in a row from 2014. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He had an 11 fight stoppage streak too. So they were calling him man down. And then after that, decision, or then he TKO'd Ugas, which is solid, which is fair. You know what I mean? So, but that's where everyone's telling me, oh, Errol Spence got this. Errol Spence got this. I'm like, bro, I feel like Errol Spence, he might have a plan A and a plan B, maybe. Mostly a plan A, but Crawford's got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, elemental P, all of that, and
and then switch to southpaw, and he has it there too.
that's what I'm saying. So he's just a very dynamic guy. You know, I don't know that I've ever bet against him.
It's hard. It's hard to. I do think it's like I said. It's a much more interesting fight than people are giving anywhere close Israil Madrimov credit for. It's
Yeah.
it's a very interesting fight, but I can't bet against Terence Crawford.
I mean, do you think him stepping up in weight is going to be an issue as well? Because, you know, you look at before, you know, he won the WBO lightweight title. So he's a guy that was at 135, then moved up to 140, obviously 147, and now 154 pounds.
I think
So,
he's a natural progression. He has a decent size on him. He's 5'8". Madrimov is 5'8". You know what I mean? Or 5'8.5". At that weight. So I mean, I feel like height wise and everything like that, he probably can put on weight if he wanted to. And really, what it comes down to with him, it's kind of like with a Mayweather. It comes down to their skill set. Their skill set is elite. It's just above and beyond most any fighters that we run across. I mean, this is T-Bud, you know what I mean? Like what he did to Earl Spence was ridiculous, So height wise, things like that. Madrimov is the thicker guy, I would say naturally, but T-Bud doesn't look small there. And I think the skill set, like I said, separates him from damn near everybody in the world. You know what I mean?
yeah, no, for sure. He definitely doesn't look, as far as like frame goes, he's like kind of right up there. He looks like like you said, a little bit thicker and whatnot. It looks like his hand is bigger than his.
Yeah.
So he's
That might be
gonna,
why he throws bricks, because that hand don't look small.
yeah, man. So I don't know. It's just one of those ones that it's like I feel like it's kind of not 100% on people's radars because people don't know Madrimov.
Yeah.
But if people don't know Terrence by now, then I don't know what to tell you.
For real. For real. And like we talked about before, it's also the mentality. It's like when your coaches and everything that are telling you you're down after you're pretty much convinced you're up, and then you just kind of pause. There's a switch in your head that kind of clicks and says, I'm down. Oh, hell no. And then you go out and you stop the guy literally in that round. He's just a different dude. He doesn't leave meat on the bone. You know what I mean? He doesn't leave things out there. It may take him a little while to finish his dinner, but he eats that whole plate.
Yeah, no, he's definitely using the plate analogy. Was raised the way I was, where you got to eat all your food on the table. You know what I'm saying? I definitely that was something that it was a bit weird for me when I was like growing up. I was when I started doing like a serving job, and I noticed how many kids like will eat like 2 bites of their food, and the parents are like, "Oh, he's done." I'm like, "Bro, my parents would never. My dad would be like, "No, you need to finish all of that." You know what I mean? And if we're going back to that analogy, Terrence fights like that. You know what I'm saying? He's not leaving nothing on the plate.
No.
So yeah.
He's definitely trying to eat you up and eat it before the time runs out. You know what I mean? He's not trying to wait till to let somebody tell him, good job. He's waiting to be like, no, I finished. I'm done.
Yeah.
There we go.
No, 100%. But yeah, man, I'm excited for this one. Yeah, I think we're gonna be doing a post-fight breakdown.
Oh yeah. We're definitely gonna be trying to. So I need to get with Mr. John, and then get with Blake as well. And then I think the guys that normally do post fight shows, but we're there. I know they'll jump on. Me and I know I'll be on there. And then Ray, obviously we need you there if you can be there, sir. If you can do it, we need you there. So
Most definitely, I'll be around and whatnot, but I'll definitely be hopping in to give my immediate post-fight reaction. So definitely, we'll be doing we'll be in there. We'll be in there for the post-fight show.
hell yeah. Well, hey,
100%.
bring up the schedule one more time, and let's give our picks for the card real quick.
All right, yeah, good call. Let me go back.
Let's get how they win, and if it is a stoppage, what round?
Oh my goodness, bro. You put me on the spot right here.
You know,
That's all right though. That's all right. Let me see. All right. So we got
the main ones we talked about. So we got
so
the
Isak Cruz. I think Isak Cruz is gonna get it done. I don't know if he stops him, but maybe. Maybe he stops him in 8.
an 8.
Maybe he stops him in 8. Yeah, just because Valenzuela's been stopped before. So that tells me that, he's open for that. I know he's gotten better since then, but Isak Cruz can throw, bro.
Yeah,
And he doesn't stop.
no,
His pressure is something else.
he's a pit bull for sure.
100%. Your picks.
I'll take Isak Cruz, but I'm gonna say 10th.
Okay.
10th.
It's not bad.
No, I think the 10th. I think 8 is a little early. I think Jose can do more than that before that.
Ruiz versus Big Baby.
Ruiz by decision.
Okay. That's not bad. I would like to see a stoppage in this one too. I think both of the guys could do it. I think it just depends on are they going to go out there and give us that? And I think they might. You know what I mean? Jarrell's a guy that comes forward. Ruiz is a guy that cracks. I'll say I'm gonna go upset here. I'm gonna say Jarrell
Yeah.
and
Okay.
in the 6th.
Oh wow. Okay. Mid fight. Hell yeah.
I think the inactivity might throw Andy off in the size. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh, I'm gonna go back to one. I know it's not on the main card, but the last prelim fight there, Andy Cruz wins by knockout.
all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 7th round.
7th round knockout.
Yeah.
Put it down, baby. All right,
Yeah.
Jared Anderson versus Bakole. Let's see. Jared Anderson's got his last fight was decision, TKO, decision. Those are so 2 out of his last 3 were decisions, and those were his only 2 decision wins. I think this one might go decision too.
You think you're gonna take a decision? Who you got?
Probably Anderson.
Okay. I'm gonna go late round, 11th round stoppage by Anderson.
All right. Well, let's see what happens. And then we got my boy David Morrell, 10-0, 9 KOs. You know what I'm saying? The only decision he had was in his 3rd fight. Since then, we got 4th round, 12th, 1st round, 2nd round. This fight is at light heavyweight, and it's with a Savage. That being said, I don't know. What do you think?
I'm gonna go decision, but I'm gonna go one-sided decision. It's gonna be unanimous, and that guy's just gonna Hot Rod's gonna do well, but is not gonna win nearly enough rounds. And David Morrell wins by unanimous decision after the 12.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad pick. I'll go with that one too, because Hot Rod's tough. But we'll see. If anything can happen in boxing. And then we got the main event. Madrimov versus Crawford. I'll let you give your
You want me to
picks
start
first.
up? Okay. So
yeah, go ahead.
first 3 rounds, super interesting. I'm actually gonna give Israil probably 2 of them. He's gonna win probably 3 or 4 out of his first 6. Terence will then start to take over, and Terence gets him out of there in the 10th, 11th, or 12th.
Yeah, I think that sounds good. I think Terence will eat him up to the body too. He'll sneak it. He has those sneaky shots to the body. That should take out some of the steam of Madrimov's shots, and then from there he might be able to just kind of do what he needs to.
Yeah.
So I would say in 9 through 12, somewhere in there. Let's just go 9.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Let's
I'm
just go
thinking,
9.
Well, if it gets 9, you beat me because I definitely think it's 10 or 11 or 12. So
So we'll see. But yeah, man, I think it's gonna be a great fight. Great fight card.
hell yeah.
We definitely have things cooking up in that 154-pound division. It's definitely for the first time in a while, I would say it's better than 160 and 147 probably combined.
Mm-hmm.
Earl Spence was supposed to fight the unified champion Sebastian Fundora, I think next month, or was it this month? He was supposed to fight him. That fight got postponed, I think, till October. I'm not completely upset with it, but I think that just kind of pushes the timeline of unifications down. I don't know what's going on with the IBF title. Let's see. 154 IBF championship. We got any news going on there? I don't know.
Who's the champ? There's no that is that vacated right now?
I think it's a vacant title, bro.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think it is a vacant title. Oh, no, it's not vacant. Bakram Mutsaraliev has it. He's a guy that is another dude that like nobody really knows. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So let me see if I can pull him up. Yeah, so if we're looking at, here we go. Let me pull this one up real quick. Right here. So this guy. And then
I got that. Yeah.
So yeah, and then Fundora, and then obviously the Tim Tszyu fight got canceled. That was supposed to be with Ortiz Jr. So you know, there's a lot of moving parts and whatnot. But I think basically like people gotta make big statements to put themselves in play for these you know, unification fights that should be happening.
Absolutely.
You know what I would like actually out of the main event? I would like to see Terence struggle a little bit so that it kind of takes away the whole because I think right now, like the way he disposed of Earl Spence so well, that's where everyone's like, well, give him Canelo, you know? I would like to see like if we could see some struggle, you know what I mean? And then that will kind of like simmer the Canelo talks because I feel like these guys are on two different paths. There's no reason for those paths to cross.
I can agree with that. I don't really need to see that fight. You know, if it happens, I'm not gonna. It's two men choosing to fight each other. I'm not gonna get upset anymore. But I agree with you where they're both on two different trajectories. I know where Terence is coming from. Well, that's the guy you got to go after but the weight difference just doesn't make any sense to me. Another 14 pounds doesn't make any sense, you know, to fight that way in my eyes. But I agree with you. I actually think we could see Terence struggle. It could be like a lot like the Sean Porter fight, to where it's grimy, it's dirty a little bit, and then he does what T-Bud does, which is he flips the switch and then goes, okay, it's time to, you know, finish that plate. So I feel like we could definitely see that. And I think you're right. I think if we do see that, people will simmer the talk of him and Canelo. You know what I mean? If it becomes one of those, because it was the dismantling of Earl Spence was epic.
100%. Yeah, 100%. I think everyone was shocked. I mean, I was very confident in T-Bud winning, but the way he went out there and did it, I was like, damn, bro, this guy's everything they said he was and more. You know what I mean? Yeah. He left, and then it's to the point where, even when it was like they had a rematch clause, everyone was like, nah, let's just go ahead and crumble that up. We don't need to see that. We don't need to see that. Now, I'm open for Earl Spence getting another chance. I don't think that he should be in the position to be fighting for, you know, a unified title against Fundora right away, especially when Tim Tszyu is still there and what happened in that fight. I feel like Tim Tszyu should have got that, you know, chance, but it is what it is. It's boxing, so we'll see what happens. I don't think he's gonna. I don't know.
His name still carries weight. You know what I mean? It still carries a lot of weight.
For sure. So we'll see what happens. But I mean, that being said, I think we could wrap it up. Let's talk about our sponsors one more time. Check out Jazzercise for the promo code Fight Banana, 15% off. Make sure you get your Jazzercise products if you want to get that chin looking nice and strong. And then if you want to punch somebody's chin, make sure you get that HKA USA code Bananas20 for 20%
Bananas
off.
20. Yeah, I didn't mess that up. Bananas 20. I didn't mess that up. I swear.
Yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, guys, make sure you follow us on Instagram at Boxing Bananas Official. But yeah, man, you know, good show today. Had a good interview at the beginning.
Yes,
Bit of a
sir.
laugh in the
In the middle. That was a good one too, man. I'm not gonna lie. That was
Yeah.
funny.
But yeah,
But,
man, make sure you guys catch us next time. What else you got for us, John, before we
post show,
head
baby.
out?
Post show tomorrow night. Post show.
Post show, baby. Bah, bah, bah,
Yeah.
bah.
And check out the fights. Check it out, and then get in the comments, ask us questions, find out what we want to, tell us stuff to talk about, whatever it is, and then have a chance to come in on the show.
100%. Yeah, for sure. Make sure you get your comments in. If you don't agree with us, make sure you tell us why, and make sure you call us names.
Exactly.
What
But,
always
man.
happens.
And in the words of Aman Khalif, if you don't,
Yeah, exactly, man. But all right,
man.
guys, we're gonna catch y'all next time.